Request to all whoever joined now, please just go to menti.com and use the code 852649 and put your location. So we have person from Surat as well. So we have received 7 responses. That's good to know. If your friends have not joined, like if your colleagues or friends who are not joined, please just share the meeting link to them. The meeting link is put in the chat box as well for you. You can share the meeting link in your connections if your friends or colleagues, anyone would like to join this session, because we will have a very interactive session on the energy manager, energy auditor exam preparation. So I have put the meeting link in the chat box. You can copy just and put on in your WhatsApp group, in your any group, any colleagues, whoever wants to join. So our speaker, Mr. Ashu Gupta, has also joined the session. We shall start the session at 5 p.m. shortly. I will play some video, like I'll play a couple of videos, which will like for you, which will do something. So we will make a session very interactive, so that once you go after this session, you will not feel boredom and you will feel very excited and all. So this is not just a technical program; it's like a program full of activity, that I must say. So we will do all the things. So whoever joined now, we have 12 attendees, and we have received 8 responses. So request to all people who have joined, please go to menti.com and use the code 852649. Just go to menti.com and use the code. And request to all, please keep yourself mute so that each and everyone will not have a problem. So request to all, please keep yourself mute. So we have people from Jaipur, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Trivandrum, and Meghalaya, Surat. That's great. So we have few people, like around couple of people from Mumbai, Bangalore. That's why the size is big. That's good to know. People have joined from different part of the India. Anyone from outside of the India who would like to know about the energy audit and energy manager program, because couple of our D2O scholars who have joined our earlier programs, they are also joining. So that's good to know. People are very excited for this demo session. That's great. So now I'll just remove my screen. I'll put one of the video on the screen for you. So just have a look on that video. Just a minute. So this video which is I'm going to play, it's like which will share, like you have to just put in the chat box what which animal you are. Okay, so I'm just putting a video on your screen. So it's a time to bring lion in you. Okay, so I must say it's a time to bring a lion in you, and hope you have this video is like a in itself like self-explaining. So hope the things are clear to you. So I'm just putting again because most of the people now we have a 45 attendees. That's good to know. I'm just putting again my screen again where you can just go to the menti.com. Hope my screen is visible again. Just go to menti.com and put the code 852649 and put your city from where you have joined. So I can see Mr. Dinesh was on the video. If people can put their city, because we have 45 people in the attendees, it would be great to know like if people from which part of the country you are. So we have 13 responses till now. Just go to menti.com in your mobile browser, open your mobile, put the menti.com and use the code 852649 and then put your city. So we have many people from Bangalore. I must say like Bangalore, Mumbai, because the size is big in like for Mumbai and Bangalore. So people are joining from Hyderabad as well. That's good to know, my city. So we have a person from Abu Dhabi as well. Wow. So outside of India, that's good to know. Varora, right? Great. So we are receiving the responses from which part of the city, state, country, you can put anywhere. Okay, just put your correct location so that we can spell it out. So we have people from Sikandrabad, Chandigarh. Wow, great. Kolkata. People join from Kolkata as well. From Ranchi also. Wow. So we have 50 attendees. We have crossed 50 attendees in this program. So that's good to know. People are very excited to understand what is all about the demo session of that energy manager energy auditor program. So definitely our speaker, Mr. Ashu Gupta, will take you through whole program. What is the B is doing? What is the Bureau of Energy Efficiency and what are the NPC? Okay, so we will take you through, but we need the more interactive sessions from your end. So just go to Menti. This is one of the exercise which keep people involved. So from next to I will give them 1 more minute to this exercise. Then we will start our today's session, right? So we have received 31 responses and we have 53 attendees. I can see if all the people who have joined from any part of the country, any part of the city, just go to menti.com.
I think I know some people has right on the chat box also the Pune, Kolkata, Bangalore.
Oh wow, that's great. That's great to know. So I think Ashu, now we can start the session. I am just dropping down my screen, but yes, if you can still put the code if you have not done, you can do that. So I'm dropping my screen. So today's session, like hope all people registered through Eventbrite, our Eventbrite platform, or any either Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, from wherever we have joined. That's good to know because our D2O learning team is spreading the words across the country and across the world. So we have people from New Delhi as well. That's good to know, Abhishek. So today's session, like let me tell you about the today's session. So today's session will be taken by our expert speaker, Mr. Ashu Gupta, who is a B certified ECBC master trainer, and he will take you through the demo session. Like we are having a exam, the energy auditor, energy manager exam in the month of March. That exam is going to take place on 27th or 28th of March. But for that exam, what to prepare, how to prepare, and what other things are required. So we will cover in that today's program. And as a D2O learning, we are organizing a one program from 8th of February. Okay. So if you people are interested to join that program, you can be a part of that program and you can be a part of our D2O scholar community, because I can see out of 58 many D2O scholars have also joined. So that is a great community that we have. Ashu will also tell you about what is D2O scholar community and what is our objective of this. So Ashu, over to you. I'm just if you can share your screen.
All right, Anuj, thank you so much. Just sharing my screen now. And I can see the several responses. All right, give me a moment. Anuj, hope my screen is visible, right?
Yes, it is visible. Just go on the slideshow. Perfect.
All right. So good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you for the D2O Learning for this initiative. I would say because Anuj has these initiative has taken. We have changed the way of education now, and the difference because sometimes when the exam were happening in last 20 years, we always go to the prospectus to need to understand what actually who are eligible, who are not, what we need to cover, how we get the detail. This is something in the next 40-45 minutes you will get to know about entire thing about the BE preparation, BE certified energy auditors or certified energy manager exam preparation. And that is good, great, because it will save a lot of time of yours which you go through the prospectus, download and understand the thing. Is still a lot of people face a lot of problem and questions. So I will be more happy to do an interaction session. I will go through my presentation first way, then we'll have a question and answers round. So we can understand what exactly the value it is, what exactly where is the market. So that is the reason behind of this today's session. And of course the D2O Learning is doing with a lot of industry expert the detailed training program, because I personally think as a professional we do not get the time to read for any exam after some time, because when you entered in the professional life after 3-4 years experience, we do not able to sit 1 or 2 hours without any implication. So these kind of training programs actually give us a dedicated time to learn where we can do our training. So that is the reason I think this training program are getting very successful. I just want to start brief about the D2O Learning. D2O Learning is an initiative by the D2O to bridge the gap between academia and the industry, because we are seeing the sustainability industry is growing and there is a very few people actually who learn the sustainability or energy efficiency or the water efficiency awareness during the colleges days. And when they come into the industry, because it is the technology which is going for every day that new technology is coming up. So we need to build up ourselves to increase to understand those systems, and that the D2O Learning started during the COVID time. And in the last 6 months of time, we have trained more than 250 professionals on different examination called lead certification, because the people want to write for the green building certification. They cleared that, most of the people cleared that exam. Similarly, we trained on energy simulation things, we trained on the ECBC, we trained on green building. So this is the first time the D2O Learning also bringing up the certified energy manager and certified energy auditor exam preparation. So intent behind the D2O Learning that they don't have a teacher, but they are a portal where they are bringing the teacher and the students all together at one platform. The D2O Learning is a platform where we get the industry expert who has a good knowledge on the subject, and D2O Learning has the student who wants to understand those knowledge. So D2O Learning is bridging that gap between the teacher and the student. So this is how we are doing. So myself, Ashu Gupta, I am a managing partner in design to occupancy and of course a partner in D2O Learning as well. And I am certified trainer for the Bureau of Energy Efficiency on energy conservation building code. And I just want to disclaimer on this. This is not a BE kind of training. This is the just want to help you out guys, because we were getting a lot of requests that what is the eligibility criteria and all, and we want to conduct these kind of training program to train. And it is not a mandatory training for anyone. No one will force you that you cannot write the exam before to attend that you have to attend this training. There is no mandatory norm in that. It's all your choice, but to understand the things what is happening. So I have a more than 12 years of experience in energy efficiency and the green building, and graduated as a mechanical engineer in 2008 and working around the globe in field of energy efficiency as an energy audit in the building and industrial side. So okay, so first we have to understand why, because a lot of you might be have, give me a moment. So a lot of you might be have thought about it. Oh, sorry. So why you join, why you should clear the this energy auditor or manager exam. So first we have to understand this, we are living in that country which is the 1.38 billion people, and every person need energy in their daily life, and there is a demand of electricity is increasing day by day. All day, if you follow the tweet of power ministry or not, you will see there was a 187 gigawatt demand last week, which is the highest in India ever. And that is increasing every week. We are crossing that demand. So demand of electricity is increasing every day, and we have to come up with the solution that energy conservation is also the area where we can save where we can reduce the demand of our electricity. And because a lot of people of you as electrical, mechanical, architect, they always thought the energy generation is the area where we need to work. But very few also understand that energy conservation is also the one of the biggest industry which is growing, because as an energy auditor, energy manager, energy analyst, you can work in any industry, because I'm pretty sure most or all of you will be belonging to the different industries. And because energy is a sector which comes in each and every sector. You talk about textile, you talk about petrochemical, you talk about refinery, you talk about discom. So everyone aware that energy efficiency is the need of an hour. So this was, of course, population, and India is making great strides toward affordable, secure, and cleaner energy. We have seen the target in renewable energy. The government earlier was having a target 175 gigawatt by 2030. Now we are aiming towards the 450 gigawatt, and that is a huge demand. The lot of people say energy auditor, how can be a renewable energy? But you will see all the clean energy options. Like yesterday in the budget, the government has took a fund for the hydrogen policy. And of course, hydrogen is one of the form of energy we can work towards in fuel cells and all. In it's an upcoming future. So as an energy guy, we can do work in any field. Either it is a clean energy, either is a energy conservation, either is a hydrogen or carbon emissions, everything. So, but this is something we are doing. Now the question comes, what is BEE? Because how it is exam related. The BEE stands for Bureau of Energy Efficiency, BEE. So about BEE, BEE is a statutory body under Ministry of Power. Please understand, it is a statutory body under the Ministry of Power, which is mandate to the implement policy and program in energy efficiency and conservation. So it, of course, objective of those initiative to reduce the carbon emissions or the greenhouse gas emission which we are doing in environment as an India. The Bureau of Energy Efficiency working towards to reduce the energy intensity of our country. Already, India is a country which has the lowest per capita demand in energy as compared to the developed countries. But India is in the right now in a growing stage, and our demand is increasing day by day. That is the reason entire world is focusing on India and China, because the growth in manufacturing sector, growth in the building sector is tremendously going very high, and people has to focus the energy efficiency in that area. That is how the Bureau of Energy Efficiency is working. So how this comes up? There was an Energy Conservation Act 2001. I'm sure most of you are already aware, which says, which act talks about norms for energy intensive industries. So, some of the industries which are very high energy intensive, they have norms, standard and labeling. Whatever the standard and labeling you see, the 5-star, 2-star, 4-star on air conditioning, LEDs, TV, fridge, all these things are also part of the Bureau of Energy Efficiency. The third, which is Energy Conservation Building Code. This is related to the building industry, because building is also the highest carbon emissions sector. The building approximate 40% global carbon emissions happens because of building, either as a residential or commercial. And this is ECBC code is also part of the Bureau of Energy Efficiency, and very few people actually who knows this code. So this is, I will also highlight in more in that. Demand side management. A lot of discoms are working toward the DSM. If the utility companies or discom, you talk about DSM, that Bureau of Energy Efficiency working, and EC Act governs that. And of course, for which we are doing the certification of energy professional. So this certification of energy professional is also the part of EC Act 2001. So Bureau of Energy Efficiency started in 1st March 2002, and that body the government makes because to implement regulatory and promotional function of EC Act, because there is an act, but who will regulate and promotional functions will happen. So BE is doing that. So target is intensity of the country should reduce, and every state having a state designated agencies. Like if you talk about Rajasthan, RREC is a state designated agency. Punjab has a PEDA, Haryana has HAREDA. So this is every state has the state level implementation part, the Bureau of Energy Efficiency working with SDAs in that way. So what are the functions actually for the Bureau of Energy? Develop and recommend to the central government in the norms of process of energy consumption standard. This is the work, the function the Bureau of Energy Efficiency is doing. Develop and recommend the government minimum energy consumption standard for labeling design. Develop and recommend the central government specific conservation building code guideline, like for residential is different, commercial is different. Similarly, and notifying the energy as a designated consumer. So this be who actually do the baseline audit and make a designated consumer, that this consumer is a designated consumer, or I will more detail, I will follow in that. And of course, awareness, because awareness is less, and this body is doing lot of awareness training program among the consumer, among the retailer, among the architects, developers, in entire India. So this is the Bureau of Energy Efficiency major functions, what they are doing. Steps taken by BE, of course, awareness information. They made a lot of digital and the digital videos also. If you follow their Twitter, LinkedIn, or the Facebook page, you will see that how much they are promoting about the energy efficient use. In the school training, in colleges, they are developing, and of course promote research and development in the field of energy efficiency, training of personal strength and consulting services, promote use of efficient purpose. So this is how they are Bureau of Energy Efficiency already taken some initiative. These are the major portfolio the BE has. So there is a national mission of enhanced energy efficiency under the Prime Minister Climate Action Plan. So there is a national mission for enhanced energy efficiency. If you look at some of the schemes are related to do that, like perform, achieve and trade, which is a very patent, very highly available, highly recognized policies by the BE in industries, PAT audit, because I'm sure most of you have in your unit also, you must be doing the PAT audit by the other consultants or something. But PAT is one thing, market transformation for energy efficiency, because energy efficiency not only for industry, the manufacturers, the architects, engineers, all should be get aware about this portfolio, that what actually you're doing. So agriculture demand side management, we know that lot of uses, lot of energy consumption happen in agriculture phase. We have a pump there, lot of pumps are there. So demand side management is also one of the area where the Bureau of Energy Efficiency is working. Either it can be agriculture, either it can be a municipal demand side management, or energy efficiency in a small medium scale sector. So when we talk about a small scale industry sector, SMEs also comes under the BE portfolio. There is another ECBC code, which either it is a building compliance, it is related to the building sector, residential building, or the commercial building. All kind of building, they have code for that. Same like, I would say the same like NOC, when you comply for the building regulation, you need to apply in the development authority. So in the development authority, these kind of compliances are required to follow. Otherwise, the building get stuck to get the approval from the bodies. So that is the reason ECBC is one of the code which is there. Another criteria, energy conservation award, which is, I'm sure some of you might units have got this award. Energy conservation award is national. We know in India, the 14th December celebrate as a National Energy Conservation Day. 14th of December every year we celebrate, and the Bureau of Energy Efficiency recognized the good industries or the good buildings which they comply with the energy conservation. They also do the painting competition in the schools for awareness of the energy efficiency. So already, and they have a flagship kind of program which is called a star labeling. Already the 10 mandatory labeled appliances, because no one can sell the appliances without a star labeling in the market related to the 10 appliances. I will go through the 10 and 18 voluntary labeled appliances right now. So star rating of appliances. In future, you will see every equipment, either it is a mobile phone is also coming up, that will also come up with the star labeling. The laptop will come up. Whoever consume energy, that will be part of a star rating of appliances. So this is the schemes of BE, standard and labeling, ECBC, perform achievement trade, SMEs, SDAs, demand side management, to make India is in energy efficient. Not only the one body is working, there is every state they have a designated authority who is working with them. So this is just I want to highlight for your understanding that how energy efficiency can contribute in a job generation, how energy efficiency can contribute to reduce the burden of our country budget. Like this is the report by Bureau of Energy Efficiency showing that 2018 and 19, with the help of BE different programs, India saved around 89,000 crore rupees. 89,000 crore rupees. Now you can imagine how much it is impacting, like ECBC, BE star rated buildings, MSMEs program, PAT scheme. If you look at the standard and labeling, only standard and labeling is around saving around 27,000 crore rupees. Ujala programs in LED is saving around 22,000 crore rupees. So this is how the energy efficiency can contribute if actually we follow that. So that is the reason still I would say the awareness is not much than auditors. I will also talk about how many people are working and what is the requirement, because I have been to working in US as energy auditor in Saudi Arabia. The demand increasing in a very high manner in those countries, because whatever the development that will happen, they have a mandatory criteria that development should be energy efficient development. So this is more detail. You can go through the BE website. There is a BE website, beindia.gov.in. You will get all the details. You can follow their Twitter page or the Facebook page every day. They are very active there on social media and get the details. So way forward. What is the way forward? Recently, the Power Minister had a ceremony for energy conservation award, and this was a slide from there. Government India is focusing towards to the carbon neutrality, and the carbon neutrality. So the related to the carbon neutral India, the hydrogen net zero carbon buildings, or the carbon trading mechanism will also be part of the Bureau of Energy Efficiency. So as an energy auditor or manager, as an aspirant, as an energy person, we will have to be involved in all those things. So we need to be aware that not just getting the certificate is not enough. After getting the certificates, to get the proper knowledge is something is different. And that is don't learn just for the auditing exam. Once you become an auditor or the manager, what are the possibilities available for you in the market? This is where we want to train you. So BE has developed already this recently, this management information program called Sathi. Sathi is the state-wise action or annual target. So this portal you will get all information, every state energy target, annual target, and what they are heading towards energy efficiency. So it is a part of every state. Is a competition having competition having in every state, that which state is more energy efficient, which state is not. And this is actually will happen, is going on already. So this is something new update. Composition of SDAs. So these are the states have different state designated agencies. So you can see that some are the renewable energy agencies, some are the electrical inspectorate, some are the discoms, but every state having a state designated agency which is responsible to working on energy efficiency in the state level. So this was the 30th National Energy Conservation Award. RK Singh sir told about our country has one of the lowest per capita emission, but despite the country has an ambitious commitment to meet the global climate change. And that is the government is focusing on. And this is the target that reduce the COP21, because already we have committed, our Prime Minister has committed for the COP21, we will be reducing our carbon emissions by 33 to 35% by 2030. And without energy efficiency, it cannot be possible. The first step, of course, energy efficiency we have to take care. So now the EC Act, when we talk about the EC Act, came up in 1st October 2001. In 1st October 2001, this act says it is mandatory to all the designated energy consumer to get energy audit conducted by an accredited energy auditor and to designated or appoint an energy manager. So Government of India has notified the list of designated consumers. You can go through the BE website and you can download they have a different sectors, like steel is one sector, cement is one sector, discom is one sector. They have a multiple sectors, and every sector which comes under this category. In future, the Bureau of Energy Efficiency is expanding towards the sector. Like recently, building is also came up 2 years back. The hotel was part of the sectors. Now the BE is working towards all the airports who is having a high consumer consumption. Either the airport, hospitals, universities will be part of as a designated consumer in India. So BE is working regularly, working and updating the consumer. Of course, NPC, which is also conducting this exam. So National Productive Council is a national certified agency for the national level certification exam for energy managers and auditor. And they have a different zonal thing. But this is the body who is actually, because BE is the government body technically who started this program, but entire coordination, communication, the development is happening by NPC in about this exam. Now the question, how can we register for this exam? This exam is online. This is the first time happening online application because of the COVID. The things has been changed, and first time happening the online kind of awareness session is going on. So you can register on this website aipnpc.org, and we can register as a attendee for this exam. So this is the way. And role and importance of the certified energy. First, we need to understand why we should register for the exam actually. Because the role, what is the role as a certified energy manager? So it is the leadership in formulation of corporate energy policy and development energy action plan. So either you are working in any plant or the building or the project management. So this is sometimes it is very much required in the industrial sector. I have seen, because I personally has done several energy audits in the building sector, in the industrial sector, and I have seen the people, because their promotions, their several things get linked with the credentials. Credentials never hurts. Always take the credential, always keep yourself updated with the latest technology. And that is something this exam, if we do that, definitely it will help, or it will give us a chance, because when you go through these 4 books, these 4 books you must have read during the engineering days also, or during the engineering days, but you will recall all the basics again, and this will help you in the professional life, that how can we focus toward the energy conservation. So he also submitted the designation. So I will also tell you what is difference between energy manager, energy auditor, and the accredited energy auditor. So role and importance of certified energy auditor. Of course, we carry out a detailed energy audit, quantify the energy savings, conduct energy and material balance, energy efficiency in the utility system. He or she can recommend the energy efficient technologies, and report writing, presentation, follow-up, implementation, all related to. So this is actually the certified energy auditors can do. So first question comes, what is the eligibility criteria? How can we register and who are the eligible? So this exam is not for everyone. Like I am sure that some of you might have written the green building certification exam. Any student also can write that exam, or the person doesn't have experience that kind of. But this exam needs some experience, because this the experience requirement, like if you are a graduate engineer or graduate architect, a lot of people also had a myth that architect can write this exam. Yes, this exam is open for architects also. So graduate engineer or graduate architect plus 3 years of work experience, then eligible for certified energy manager or auditor exam. If you are ever post graduation in engineering or architecture, then the 2 works of experience can qualify for the eligible of CEM and CEA. If graduate engineers or postgraduate degree in management, so then 2 work plus 2 years of work experience can also eligible. If you are a diploma engineer or equivalent, then minimum 6 years of work experience is required to get the eligibility. And if you are postgraduate in physics or economics or electronics or in chemistry, then 3 works of experience. Now the question comes, what is the meaning of the work experience? Because this is something, work experience, please take care, involves use of energy in operation, maintenance, planning, energy management, energy efficiency, energy conservation, building design, or building energy management. If you have the academic experience, like you have a 3 years, 5 years in experience in academy, you are teacher, you are training there, you will not be eligible to this exam, because that is something they want. The person should be in the operational maintenance planning or related to the industrial side or the building side you are involved. So that kind of experience is required minimum for two eligible criteria. Similarly, work experience, the candidate must have the requisite years of post-qualification work as on date of 6th February, because 6th February is the last closing date of registered for this exam. So whenever I'm saying the 3 years or 2 years, it should be by 6th of February, it should be more than that. So candidate without requisite post-qualification work experience are not eligible to register for this examination. So that is something definitely we will debate more after this session. And how many attempts? Now the question comes, you registered the exam. A newly registered candidate is required to pass the examination 3 attempts per paper within 6 consecutive examination. So you have the 3 attempts. You don't feel that if you are not able to qualify in the first attempt, you can do the 3 attempt maximum within a 6 consecutive examination. That means like if you are not able to next year to write this exam, you can do after next year, you can write that exam again. You will get 3 attempts in the 6 consecutive examination. So if you doesn't pass, the candidate, however, has to apply for re-register himself, or as a fresh registration you can do always. So this is something is the background I want to tell you. Out of 20 examination, because this is the 21st we are talking about, in the last 20 examination every year, we have around right now the 9,184 energy managers in India, 9,184, and total energy auditors in India is around 10,454. And you can see that which year how the 300, 400, 500 figures comes up generally when the examination happen. So 10,454 energy auditors in India since last year. So CM, these are the 4 books and the 45 chapters. So these 3 books, when we talk about book number 1, 2, 3, is for the common for certified energy manager and certified energy auditor. But book 4, which is the open book exam happen, that is for the certified energy auditor. So book 4 total is 45 chapters in these 4 books. And first is general aspects of energy. So I'll go to more detail because it is related to the thermal efficiency. The second book is energy efficiency in thermal utilities. The third is the energy efficiency in electrical utilities. And the 4th book is more detailed version when we do a calculation, numerical calculation, that is called energy performance assessment for equipment and utility systems. So these are the exam pattern. Want to highlight the paper 1, 2, 3 and the paper 4. So 3 hours exam, and generally the question marks comes up the section 1, section 2 and section 3. Section 1 is a 50 question of 1 mark, which is the multiple choice question. Some of the questions, like 8 questions, comes with the descriptive mark thing and the 5 marks each, and the long answer, which is the detailed one, the 6th question comes into the 10 marks. So total is 150 marks of every chapter, every book, every paper. When we say out of 150, we have to achieve minimum 75 to pass the exam. So like if you do not able to, if you are not able to pass the paper 1, but paper 2 and paper 3 is clear, or paper 4 is not clear, you will not able to achieve the energy manager or auditor. You have to clear 1, 2, 3, then you are energy manager, or if you clear all 4, then you are become an energy manager and energy auditor as well. So this is how the performance happen. And the paper 4 is the open book exam, because a lot of people say open book should be very easy, but it is the most difficult paper actually, because you have to do all the detailed calculation in this exam. And most of the time the people, why the energy manager is more than the, because the reason the most of the peoples always do not able to clear this energy for paper 4 also as well. So examination center, because every time this exam was happening offline because of COVID, this is happening online, but still in online would say that we have to go to the center. The proposed centers for this exam are in these cities. If you belong to these cities, you have to travel. If you don't want to belong to these cities, you need to travel to these cities to write this exam when the date when these exams are happening. So of course, for more related queries, we can go to the prospectus. They have a, I think 20 odd pages prospectus available on the website, and you can go more details. But most of the things we have highlighted in this presentation, which is most of the people get problem in that. Now, what D2O Learning is doing, the D2O Learning is trying to develop, because with the pool of experts, because we have a lot of experts who are well trained, who have done the more training on this subject. So we came up with the solution, because I personally see that people cannot put every day 3 hour, 4 hour to the study when you are working in a professional life. And this exam is for the 3 years. So I always, a person always prefer to have dedicated training programs, so they can go on that time, they can do the studies. And this is not a rocket science exam, I would say. If actually you sit 2 hours per day, very easily we can crack, but it depends upon the person to person. So this is something we created as a training program. With the pool of speakers, we talked with the people and we convinced to agree them, sir, this is the people actually industry wants to go through the things, what kind of questions comes, what are kind of question banks, all the reference materials we can bring up in a one platform, because the tendency has changed. Earlier 10 years, 20 years, people were mostly focusing the books always give a lot of awareness of the training, but we need to, but now these days the people always to prefer that entire book. If we can convert into the 1 hour session or something like that, we can get dedicatedly those things. So this is something we are doing in D2O Learning in since last 6 months. So this is how we are starting training from 8th of February, and every day, the 2 hours every day, we will have detailed discussion. Once we will go through the presentation, and definitely after that presentation on the respective topic, we want to do a detailed discussion with the participants, that what they understand and what the question. We will discuss the all 5 years questions and answer, that what the question came up and how we will going to answering that. So this is every chapter is covered in this training program. So like chapter, you can see the book number 3, 4 and all this. So this training program start from the 8th February till the 26th of February. I'm sure this is a very vast subject. It cannot covered in the 3 weeks or the 4 weeks, because it depend upon the person to person. But you will get a chance that whatever you will read in the book for 3 hours or 4 hours, you will get the same thing in 1 hour here, to that what exact dedication, what you have to read for this to clear this exam. So this is we are proposing the time. We of course propose the time, because a lot of professionals gets free after 6 o'clock. So most of the time we get request to do a training program from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So this is every day, 5 days in a week, we will have detailed discussion on these topics. The program fee, of course, we need to, because a lot of speakers are coming up, so some minimum remuneration we have to pay with them, and of course the program fees, because the content which the team is working to refine the content to make a presentation in that format. So this is the program fee for this 3 weeks program, and this is early bird is closing tomorrow, and of course after 3rd of Feb it is 7,000 rupees. Platform for the live session, Microsoft Team will be the same session we will have, because a lot of people have asked how will I attend training. So but you need an internet speed, or the either the laptop or mobile you can do, but platform for live session is MS Team. Program takeaways, what are the takeaways? Live session with question and answer solving. Learn from the already who are B certified auditors and managers, their experienced faculties. We will do the interaction with the previous years, because always see the last 10 years, 5 years question papers, what comes up. And we will do also, we will have an interaction program with the latest energy auditor manager, last 1 or 2 years, because which are the young engineers are clearing this exam. How was their experience? So we will do that kind of interaction also. Mock test, every single day we will have a mock test also. Whatever we are learning, we are doing the mock test related to that program. You will get all the reference material related to this 4 books and all. Already these 4 books will be coming with the BE exam when you register for that, but still the specific content, a specific question and answer, we will try to develop that. And group discussion is, which is one of the major area where the people more interaction, and you will get also the certification of participation of whatever the training you have attended. As a D2O scholar community, you will be part of that. Already the 250 professionals is part of that community, and we are the main intent behind the learning to bring more and more people in this industry, so this industry can get a boom, because International Energy Agency has identified energy efficiency is the area which can generate a lot of job at this during pandemic situation, and you will be part of the D2O scholar community. So these are the experts who will be the program. Mr. Dharmalingam sir is a BE accredited energy auditor. I think he is retired from NPC, and great profile and great speaker in several countries. Mr. Shankar Narayana is also very experienced faculty and BE accredited energy auditor. Kushagar is certified master trainer for energy conservation building code, because this is something the building is also, which is the BE is coming up right now. This exam as an energy auditor as a normal, but very soon BE is also coming up with the new exam called energy auditor in buildings, and which because ECBC who will be able to do the certified ECBC design building. So we will also highlight that ECBC code during this training program, so people should learn what ECBC is talking about. So we have Mr. Amit Kakkar, who is BE certified energy auditor from Rajasthan, Mr. Vinay Gadikar, and who are working, Mr. Yusuf Bhatesi and Mr. Neeraj Arora. All are certified energy auditor from Bureau of Energy Efficiency, who will be the expert for the different subject, because we have chosen the people for their respective expertise. We don't want that one person should do all the theoretical thing. The person should have an actual experience on those subjects. Like I am experienced on the building sector. I want to cover the building related thing, whatever that comes up. Similarly, someone has the industry expertise in that area. So we will try to bring up. This is highlight of our earlier programs. This is not a new thing which we are doing. Already we have trained more than 250 professionals, and the feedback, if you look at the LinkedIn profile of our company or the Google reviews, if you look at that, you will see how we are going to train. This is just, we want to give some back to our society or the industry. What this is, some people says about us that what exactly how the D2O learning program, because this is not a one-way communication we want to do. This is something we want that people should not only clear, but they should get knowledge of the system also, what is happening. So these are some of the people have given feedback on our work. So you can get more detail on d2olearning.com, where you can detail what kind of feedback and what kind of certification training we are providing. Some of the frequently asked questions related to this, I want to highlight those also. So like sometimes people that it is mandatory to attend. No, this is not mandatory. This is just for your knowledge and to sit down dedicatedly for your time. That's a training program we are doing. You can write exam directly going to the exam, don't need to attend training, but it depends on you. You are a certified energy manager but want to attend CEA session. This is not possible. We got a request from some people. They want that I want to do a training for only book 4. We cannot do, because our trainer has explained that this is interlinked to each other and we cannot just for the book 4 preparation. So this is also thing. And sometimes the people say I miss to attend any live session. We cannot, somehow the people get stuck in work. So don't worry. All the session will be recorded and it would be shared with the participant. So you will get the recorded video, all the interaction, what happened, and you can attend those sessions whenever you get time. So this is live session related. Prerequisite of the program, of course, same like B criteria. The student, there is no mean to train students at this program. We want whatever the prerequisite as a B exam, those eligibility criteria, if you are fulfilling, you are able to register for this training program. But of course, the good internet and I would encourage to attend all the live session, because when you do the live session, then all the doubts get properly cleared during that time. So thank you so much for this. Of course, this is just a demo which I did. You can follow me on LinkedIn. I am very active there, and you can follow the D2O Learning also. I will be more happy to take some questions now. If someone has a question, please raise your hand and unmute yourself, then you can do a session on that. So if any questions coming in your mind, please raise your hand and then we will have, you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
So now people can unmute yourself as well. We recommend like people raise their hand and Ashu can unmute themselves.
Right. So I can see the Aditya Jain has raised his hand. Aditya, can you just unmute?
Sir, my question is there any cutoff in individual sections?
The minimum, that is the reason I'm saying the minimum 50% marks. Out of 150, the minimum 75 is required to qualify.
No, out of 75 also there are objective type and theoretical type questions. Is it mandatory to individual in that sections?
No, I don't think so. Correct me if someone knows, but I am not sure that is there. The overall because they have a three sections. Section one, they have a multiple choice question. Section they the short descriptive, and third is a long descriptive question. But there is no mandatory criteria in that to that every section you have to achieve that. This is 75 overall they talk about it.
So there is no section division. Only you have to achieve minimum in the total paper, like which is a paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4. So which is 50% marks you have to achieve.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
There is a question from someone that his experience, Mr. Joby Thomas is saying that my experience is all abroad. Absolutely, it is qualified. Either experience related to the energy efficiency related to do that, or related to the any industrial experience is qualified for that. Either it is abroad or in India, doesn't matter. Any other question? I think I can see several hands now.
Sir, regarding the experience, and it is like 11 years of experience.
Right. So please, I request unmute everyone. Just mute who is talking. So Srinivas, I think I would request Mr. Santosh, because raise the hand. Santosh, can you just ask your question?
Yeah, sir, this year the exam will be online, you said, right? Online in the sense on computer systems, or like earlier last year what we are written exams. So how it is, sir, this year due to COVID?
Due to COVID, this is a good question. Anuj, can you hide?
So, yeah, it is on the centers only, and whatever the centers are mentioned, you have to go to the center. And if you need more information, we recommend to read the prospectus. It is clearly mentioned in the prospectus, like how the exam is going to happen.
Okay, means it's similar to last year, or any changes?
It is similar to the last year.
Similar to last year, because the lot of cities doesn't have because the same is thing, but earlier they had, we need to send out somewhere. They have an online registration right now because of COVID, but exam will happen on that similar way.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. Can I ask Neha now? Neha, can you ask a question?
Yes, I'm an architect by profession, practicing architect. So I have a question, like how different is CEA from CEM?
Very good. CEA, then CEM. Okay, Neha, I think I explained. If you qualify to all four books, all four exam, then you become a certified energy auditor. So of course, the energy auditor is the some of the requirement comes up that energy manager cannot qualify in the industry. They can appoint energy manager, but when they want energy audit in the building, the energy auditor should be there. So that is the reason CEA is the different criteria. Of course, CEA, when you qualified all four books, then you will become a CEA. And when you just qualify only 3 paper, then you are qualifying only for the CEM, the Certified Energy Manager. So because certified energy auditors require much more experience, much more expertise, and they should qualify for that. But this is sometimes a lot of people get confused. In entire world is also there is a CEM or CEA. There is a certified energy manager, certified energy auditor from the AEE, which is the Association of Energy Engineer. Like if you are working in Saudi Arabia, in Jordan, either you are in Dubai or either in the US, they also having a certified energy auditor. A lot of people write their designation as a CEM or CEA, but those CEM, CEA is given by the Association of Energy Engineer exam. You can write those exam also. In India, Bureau of Energy Efficiency is a national body who is doing a national exam. But sometimes outside countries also, because in India we have a lot of CEM, CEA which are certified from the international bodies like AEE, Association of Energy Engineers. But this is in India right now. When we talk about the Bureau of Energy Efficiency, there is a difference only once you qualify all paper, you become an auditor. If you are not able to qualify the 4th paper, you become energy manager.
Okay, and my second question is, if we if we choose not to attend these training sessions, which is of 3 weeks,
right.
So do we have any study material that would help us in appearing the BE exams?
Right, Neha. So you can go through the BE website. They are of course the AI NPC website. You can download the books of the 4 books they are available, and also they have a the question paper, question banks available on their website. You can download those question banks also. So that will be more helpful to write this exam.
Okay. And in case we attain this 3-week sessions, would we be getting participation certificate as well if we attain
Absolutely.
this?
Yes, Neha,
Okay.
you will get the participant certificate as well.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. I request now me. Someone is me. I'm not sure whose name. Sorry, from yeah, me. Just ask, then I will go to the Srinivas.
Sir, regarding the experience, a candidate is having like 11 years of experience.
Right.
And he cannot like work as a modeler or energy auditor throughout his career. Like he has to work as a initially as a modeler, then auditor, then project management, like this, right? So my experience is somewhat like this. So we have to show them that my experience, to provide my experience. My company has provided me an experience letter. In that they have mentioned I have 11 years of experience in our company as a project manager, because my last designation was as a project manager.
Okay.
If I is this experience letter is valid for
but what kind of industry you have worked?
Sir, building services, sir.
Absolutely. If you are working at the building services in which you were involved in the construction of the building, where the energy efficiency, of course, were part of that, you can easily get qualified for that.
But sir, actually, in my experience letter, it's not mentioned which sector. It is just mentioned as the candidate has worked with us for 11 years and as a project manager. And I have just filled my application the last 3-4 days.
Okay.
And in fact, they have asked me your experience, so I have already showed my experience. Like I have started my career in 2008. So 2008 to 3 experience I have showed. In first experience I have showed MEP, engineer, second modeler, and third one as a project manager.
Okay.
It's my profile actually. So I have already submitted, but my profile is in pending. It's not approved yet. So
it will be, because if you have highlighted that you were involved in MEP, because MEP is, everyone understand, the mechanical, electrical, plumbing solutions you have provided. So as a design engineer or other execution you were involved. So that should be qualified in that area. So that if there's any question comes up, then you can clarify those to them. But I'm sure that doesn't require any issue in that. Did you get any email from PE regarding this?
No, sir. No, sir. Just I just received a SMS regarding that. They asked me to provide me the experience letter, OBC letter, and all this. So I have uploaded in this experience letter only, in that 7th or 8th step.
Okay.
Uploaded.
Yeah.
All the certifications.
I would like to add something to this.
Yeah,
I was also facing the same problem. So that's why BW has uploaded a sample employee certificate on AIPNC site. If you will go to that site, they have provided a sample employee certificate, and if you make the certificate in that format, then you will means your application would be approved easily.
Sir, but the problem is my experience is in Saudi Arabia. I cannot send my application to get because they will just issue me once. I cannot ask them to send me in this format.
No, for your recent exam, your recent certificate, you should have at least one of your certificate in that format, I think. Or you can also write them an email on your. I have shared that email on the message. Then you can just write them email that you are facing this issue, and they will definitely revert in one day.
Okay, sir. Sir, can you just share me the contact number?
Yeah, sure.
Can I add one more point? Hello.
Who is that?
My name is Munawar, and my application, I also faced the similar situation, just as the person described. I forgot his name. So, in addition to my employment certificate, I had to upload my job description as well. And job description mentioned my designation as well as what I did. So I have highlighted all this thing using a highlighter, and I uploaded as an additional document. So it got approved.
Very nice. I think that's a good to know. So you can do the same thing. I think I would suggest Munawar has explained very well in that. So great. So I can take another question now. Srinivas, you were raising your hand since long. Srinivas?
Hello.
Yes, please. Yeah, Mr. Srinivas, tell me. I think some disturbance is coming from your side. I can go to the Santosh again. Santosh, do you have any other question?
So, sir, this training program, can I take any single, because I need to clear only one paper? So, can I go for single?
That's not possible, Santosh, because that is the reason we discussed internally with our all the experts, and they were saying that the flow of the training program in that way that the person will cover all the 4 books, and they will also, because of book 4 is actually the mix up or the book of book 2 or book 3. So whenever they are explaining the book 2, they will go in the more detail in book 4. So that is the reason that is not possible for only just one paper we can go.
No, no, I mean to say, can I attend only one paper like that? Because yeah, because I need to.
I know, Santosh. That is the request we are getting. Of course, we will again discuss. Anuj, you can take a point. You can discuss internally, and you can reach out to Santosh if it is possible. But as far as right now, this is not possible because which paper you want to do? Book 4?
So no, but I am actually applied for CEM and cleared to 1 and 3 papers. Only paper 2 is pending, sir.
Paper 2 is pending. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll let you know. I think book paper 2 is possible, so we will let you know, Santosh.
Sure, sir. Sure. Thank you so much.
Sir, actually, my question did not stop. Actually, the second one was are your trainings.
Sorry. Okay.
Is your training is your training enough? And if we work on your training, can we clear the exam, sir?
No, that is. I think Mr. Srinivas, you have some disturbance from your side. I'm just muting yourself. So no, so I just want to highlight this is it depends always to person. We cannot guarantee that everyone will be clear the exam if we train 50 people. But definitely what you learned at the home, you will not you are not aware that actually from where I need to get it, where I need to put it. This is the information, and our expert will train you in that way. It depends upon your expertise or your experience which you have done. So then you get, but it is more or less generally now these days to do a particular training, because this exam is not very easy also. If the people say it's very easy exam, I can read it in a one day and will go and will clear. Not possible. So this is something you require some study, because these 4 books are very lengthy books, and you don't have enough time to read, because the date which we are targeting after 1.5 month we have exam. So we cannot, because as a working professional somewhere, we do not have a limited time. We have a very limited time to read. That is the reason we just this training will help you to write and clarify. But there's not guarantee that you will get you will get clear the exam or not. But of course, other than exam, also this training will help you to understand the system theoretically. So this is something we will highlight that. We cannot guarantee you on that. Is that clear, Santosh?
Hello.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah.
Hi, sir.
Yes, Srinivas, tell me.
Sir, how difficult is the exam especially for the working professionals?
It is difficult. I would say it is difficult. It is not like sort of, because last time when earlier it was happening, the people take 4 to 5 months to study. Generally, the exam announced 4-5 months back, and the exam then happen in August or the September month. But this time we have 2 or 2.5 months. So it depends. If you read thoroughly, every day we need to put 1 or 2 hours to study this exam. Otherwise, it's very difficult to write.
Okay.
Ashuta, this is Riddhi here. I
Yeah,
have a
Riddhi.
question. I've been wondering for a long time. So basically, 10,000 is the fees for all the 4 papers.
Right.
But then, what if I don't feel confident to attempt the auditor exam as of now, like book 4, and I plan to give only 3 papers and then keep it for later times? Will that be possible? Or if I clear the first 3 papers in the first attempt and the 4 doesn't get cleared, so can I attempt only the 4 later?
All right, good question. Good question, Riddhi. Anuj, can you highlight on that?
Sir, I will just update you, Riddhi. Riddhi, you get 3 years once you apply for the examination. For the next 3 years, for each paper, you have to pay 1,500, and you can attempt only the 4th paper. Like if you have cleared the first 3 papers, you can attempt only the 4th paper next year till next 3 years. After 3 years, you have to attempt all 4 again if you does not clear your first 3 exam. The 4th exam.
So adding to this, like in the next 6 years, like a consecutive 6 years, you will have only three chances. Okay. So if anyone attempted the exam in the 2015 or 2014, they cannot attempt the exam again as a supplementary candidate in this year. Okay. So they have to attempt as a fresh candidate. So this is the thing is mentioned in the prospectus also. Just read out the prospectus very carefully.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Anuj. Thank you, Ankur.
All right. So is there any other raised hand now? I can see, sorry, I think these hands are already raised, Santosh or Srinivas. But all right, is there
Sir,
any other? Yes, Srinivas, please.
sir, I have a query, sir.
Yes, Santosh,
So
please.
we have received the timetable for this 3 week session, and in that timetable the timing is 7 to 9. That is a 2 hour timing.
Absolutely.
In that 2 hour timing, the trainer will cover almost 3 to 4 chapter in a day.
Right.
So how is it? It is a lengthy chapter, and what is the methodology? Are they covering only numerical, not a theory? Because
No,
three
no.
chapters in 2 hours.
Absolutely, totally agree. So these three chapters in 2 hours, because we are going to, because sometimes there is a lot of I would say the lot of materials written in that book which is not required. So we are going to make a presentation in all those chapter related. We have already made a presentations and a content material which is very relevant. The question paper come in those contents, because we have been through the last 10 years question papers and we have seen the from which chapter and which area gives the questions. So our expert will highlight, of course, in 1.5 hour or 1.25 hour, one and a half hour about the content of those areas, and 45 minutes or to 30 minutes to 45 minutes we will have an interaction also to relate it to the last year questions, what came up, what is the answers come up. So this is how we are going to do. And it is very difficult to highlight all the three papers in the 2 hours, but we will try our level best, because our content team is working on that, and that content team is only targeting those areas to highlight which questions comes up. So you will see during the training that content, and our trainer will go in that way.
But there will be a question answer session also in that 2 hours.
Yeah, the question answer session will happen. Without question and answer session, there is no mean, because when your query should be resolved. But because we don't want in the between, you should ask a question, because the person, it depends upon speaker to speaker. Like I always prefer to have a question and answer session like this we did. So we all of us come on the same page. But if you do the interaction between the session, then the I think I would say the process the momentum get loose. So that is the reason. It depends on the speaker how they are going to do. But most of our speakers wants that the question and answer should be on the later stage, but we should have every day the discussion point either for 30 to 45 minutes.
So we can say that the question answer session will start after 9.
Not 9. I would say the 8:30. I would say the 1.5 hour for the training. For the training part, which we will cover entirely, the entire books part, which is covering, we will highlight, we will take some example, but the last 30 minutes or the 45 minutes, we will go to the question and answer.
Okay. Quite difficult.
So Santosh, like there's a one more thing like I would like to add. The question answer you can ask in the during the sessions, and we will create a one group also. Okay, and you can redirect the question to any faculty, because we will have a different faculties for different sessions. Okay, you can have, because these faculties are from the expertise in that domain only. Everyone cannot teach everything in the all the four books, right? So we have like finalized these faculties who are the experienced in different in those domains, right? So you can redirect those questions in that group. We generally create a one WhatsApp group for easy communications and all. So you can redirect that questions if you have any, and that faculty can respond on it. So this is apart from the your daily sessions.
Because don't feel that only half an hour will be the question answer. The question and answer generally in our last training also we have a WhatsApp group, and every day on every hour we get some question, and entire community get benefit with that. So this is how we respond. So yeah, this is not just for a half an hour question and answer. You can ask your question anytime, any day during the 3 day weeks, and of course after 3 day weeks also, once the exam should not get over.
Okay, sir.
All right. Is there any other query? All right, I think we are done now. So great. I think thank you everyone for listening me in since last 1 hour, and look forward to and wish you all the best for energy auditor and energy manager exam. And I'm sure this is need of the industry and a lot of requirement is coming up. Don't feel you already we have 10,000 people because a lot of people says already 10,000 people are there, but it depends upon the person capability. Either you are how much you are aware about the new technologies. It depends on that. You can get more and more work in that way and more awareness. So great, thank you so much, Anuj. I think over to you now.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ashu. And I would like to add further for a couple of things, like as Ashu mentioned, like what is the role after once you become an energy auditor, energy manager. So as Ashu mentioned, it is depends on the person to person. So if you are like capable to do lot of things, you can and you can do. Okay, so it depends on you, like how what opportunity you take after this credentials and all. Right. So the if anyone joined little late or like in between, they can have a look on our recording of this sessions. We will upload our YouTube channel. Yeah, you can see the chat in the chat box. The YouTube channel link is there. You can have a look on the whole recording of this sessions. And if anyone would like to join our the 3-week program, which is starting from 8th of February, so I have put my contact details as well. I'm putting again as well. You can contact me over WhatsApp, over email, or and you can fill out that Google form, that Microsoft form as well. So we would like to have a great discussion with you, and you are most welcome to join our this program. The fee is only 6,000 rupees, which is very minimal fees, which is very minimal. You can check anywhere in the internet on the any platform. This fees is very minimal, which we have capped for our community, because our main motto is not like money. We want people who can contribute in this sustainability industry, and they can contribute back to the society. So this is our motto, to create more people in this industry like us. So wish you all the best, and please join our program, whoever is interested. Thank you so much. See you. Take care. Bye bye.